If you've considered making an investment in the global airline industry, there are a handful of terms and definitions you should be sure to understand first. In this video, we recap 7 of the important glossary terms that all airline investors should know. Before we get started though, be sure to hit subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you like what you see. Here we go. Load factor. Load factor is the percentage of seats that are filled on an airline's flights. It is calculated by dividing the number of passengers by the number of available seats. Load factor is an important metric for investors because it reflects the airline's ability to generate revenue from its flights. 2. Revenue passenger mile, or RPM. RPM is a unit of measurement to track down the amount of revenue generated by each passenger flown 1 mile. It is calculated by multiplying the number of passengers by the number of miles flown. 3. Available seat mile, or ASM. ASM tracks the total number of seats available for sale on each flight. It is calculated by multiplying the number of seats on each flight by the number of miles flown. Number 4. Cost per available seat mile, or CASM. CASM is a measure of the cost of operating each available seat mile. It includes all the costs associated with operating an airline, including fuel, labor, and maintenance costs. CASM is an important metric for investors because it reflects the airline's ability to control its costs. 5. Yield. Yield is a measure of the average fare paid per passenger per mile flown. It is calculated by dividing passenger revenue by RPM. Yield is important because it reflects the airline's ability to generate revenue from its flights. 6. Revenue per available seat mile, or RASM, is a measure of the revenue generated by each available seat mile. It is calculated by dividing the passenger revenue by ASM. Similar in a way to yield, RASM reflects the airline's ability to generate revenue from its flights and control its costs. 7. Lastly, we have ancillary revenue. Ancillary revenue is a revenue generated by the sale of non-ticket items, such as baggage fees, in-flight meals, and seat upgrades. Ancillary revenue is an important source of revenue for airlines and can help offset the cost of operating flights. Well, there you have it, 7 of the need-to-know airline terms for investors. Ready to learn more about this sector of the global market? Sign up to receive free research by visiting usfunds.com. Happy investing!